Three, two, one.
What's going on, folks, and welcome into this week's edition of Trees 3 here on Sports Tree. We've got an excellent weekend of sporting events, some great bets to look at, and we're going to jump into it right now. I'm Connor Roundtree, and we're going to start this off with the PGA Tour Championship. Now, our picks going in, Rory McIlroy, he's hurt, so scratch that out. If you were able to cash out, if you're able to get out of that, he hurt his back earlier this week at home, somehow doing something. Don't know what it was, but he looked very uncomfortable on the range, and he's really chilling at that 7 under number. So let's move on from Rory McIlroy. Guy that I do want to talk about, obviously you have to talk about him, is Collin Morikawa. Shot a 9 under 61 on Thursday to get up there and grab a share of the lead. Scotty Scheffler is also hanging around in that 10 under range, and Viktor Hovland also at 10 under. Now, as we're recording on Friday, Wyndham Clark, Xander Schauffele, Jon Rahm, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Brian Harman are all 9 under par, as is Adam Schenk and Russell Henley, actually. So we are really coming down to a absolute dogfight heading into the weekend. Guys that I would look to prevail out of that pile. I kind of like Wyndham Clark in these spots. That when he's the unknown guy at the US Open, that's what he was, and he went out and he got the job done. Less pressure on Wyndham Clark. You can also get him at 25-1 to win this tournament as of right now. Viktor Hovland 5-1. He's found something in his game recently. I'd like to see him turn it on a little more instead of going just 2 under, especially when guys are going 9 under. Obviously, Scotty Scheffler, I still don't trust his putter, but if you're a Scheffler fan, he's right in the mix at plus 320, so almost 3.5 to 1. You can lock in a Scotty Scheffler ticket. But again, guy I'm looking at to go out, go low at 25-1. He's currently 9 under par, 2 strokes off the lead. It is Wyndham Clark. He's already 3 under through 6 holes as we're recording this on the Friday. Scotty Scheffler and Collin Morikawa have pulled out to 11 under par as of right now. So, folks, those are your bets that I'm kind of looking at heading into the weekend. And best of luck with the PGA Championship. We gave away a pair of PGA tickets on our show on Wednesday for Talk Bird, and presented to you by Everyday Freight. It was our finale, and CJ Sifton wins a pair of PGA tickets to see any event that he'd like to see next season. Congratulations, Mr. CJ Sifton. Coming in at number 2 this week, folks, is some UFC action from Singapore. It actually all gets started at 5 a.m. on Saturday, so make sure you get your bets placed as soon as you head over to sportstreet.ca and buy and check out that pick package. We have a full list of picks for this card, but I'm going to break down the main card for you right now. You can get some prelim picks and whatnot on the website, but let's just we'll focus on the main card. Junior Taffa versus Parker Porter. Now, Parker Porter is a big dude. He is a porker. Parker Porter should be his name. Junior Taffa is a stud, but he's an unproven stud. I actually don't think that he's going to win this fight. At 4-1, I don't think he has enough experience, and Parker Porter is the kind of guy that can take you down to mitigate those kicks and that power that Junior Taffa has. This is a stay-away spot for me, but if I had to pick somebody, give me the upset in Parker Porter. Aaron Blanchfield versus Talia Santos. Now, Aaron Blanchfield is the most dominant wrestler for her division since Khabib Nurmagomedov, and that's not a joke. She's 11-1 as a professional, and she actually could be called Aaron Nurmagomedov. And a lot of guys on YouTube, a lot of analysts kind of joke around with that nickname. Now, Talia Santos, she's going to have a power advantage on the feet. She's going to be the girl pushing the issue on the feet in a classic kind of wrestler versus striker matchup here. But I'm going to have to side with Aaron Blanchfield to get this to the mat and find those shots, find that ground and pound. She's also not useless on the feet either, so I think that's going to be something that's overlooked for Talia Santos better. So I'm going to take Aaron Blanchfield to drag Talia Santos to the mat, get her into that deep water, and absolutely drown her with pressure, precision, and probably some ground and pound strikes too to open up the back and then hunt a submission. Rina Nakamura versus Fernie Garcia. You got to take Rina Nakamura here by axe murder. That's not a joke. I'm going to take Rina Nakamura to get that knockout win. There's great value in that. He's dashed 700 to win, but if you take him for the knockout, much better, closer to even money, and that's where I'm going to be playing this. Fernie Garcia has absolutely nothing on Nakamura. He's 31 years old. Nakamura is the younger fighter. He's got a reach advantage, and I like him to utilize that to just beat the face off of Fernie Garcia. Moving up the card now, Giga Chikadze versus Alex Caceres. I'm going with Alex Caceres. I like this underdog pick here because he's just good everywhere. He's won 7 out of his last 8 fights, and Bruce Leroy knows what he's doing wherever he is in the octagon. And the same can't be said for Giga Chikadze. Excellent kickboxer, excellent on the feet, but he's not very good on the ground. We saw Kelvin Cater take advantage of that, and if Kelvin Cater's taking advantage of that, I think Alex Caceres could probably hunt the takedown and get a finish here via submission. Giga Chikadze, he's going to have a clear advantage on the feet, as I said, but I just feel like this is a Caceres cheeky spot as an underdog, and that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to go with Alex Caceres. You can read my full breakdown of reasons why. Again, sportstree.ca. Check it out. Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. Anthony Smith won the first one of these fights. I'm staying away from this. Maybe live bet Anthony Smith if it gets out of the first round, but he looks awful as of late. Just looks absolutely terrible. Ryan Spann doesn't look much better. These are just two guys that I don't care to watch. I don't care about this co-main event whatsoever. Ryan Spann has the power to put Smith's lights out. Does Smith still have the heart to stay alive? And then if Smith survives the first round, if he can survive the first round, this should be his fight. We saw him win with the rear naked choke last time these two guys fought. So get the back, choke him out. But I don't like this fight. Let's just leave it there. Max Holloway versus the Korean Zombie. Max Holloway to win this fight. Dash 110, best bet of the card. Max Holloway to win this fight in the 4th, 5th, or by decision. I think the Korean Zombie is tough as nails. He showed that against Alexander Volkanovski, but he is exactly what Max Holloway likes to fight, right? A flat-footed, straightforward boxer, and that's what Kelvin Cater is. And look, Kelvin Cater got really, really messed up by Max Holloway. Like the most strikes ever landed in a fight, over 400. And Max Holloway's going to do the exact same thing to the Korean Zombie here. Korean Zombie's got a ton of heart. He knows he's on the way out. I think this is his last test. I think if he loses this fight, he's going to be done. And I think he will lose this fight. I like Max Holloway to go out, win this fight. Dash 110. He's a dash 800 favorite. But for him to finish this fight in the 4th, 5th, or win by decision is dash 110. Only on PointsBet. That's my best bet of the card. Make sure you lock that in. Coming in at number 3 this week, folks, do not sleep on this F1 race. It is the Heineken Dutch Grand Prix, and it's going to be awesome. So Max Verstappen, here's the deal. Since this race came back, it was around until 1985, and then 2021 it came back. Max Verstappen has won both iterations of this race. He's also won 10 races this season, and he can equal the all-time record of 9 successful wins of Sebastian Vettel's record of 9 straight wins that was set back in 2013 if he wins. He's won 8 consecutive races. If he wins his home Grand Prix, which he's won back-to-back years, he will tie the record. I like him to go out and do it. Make sure you take Max Verstappen to win this race. But if you're looking for a value bet, look to the Mercedes team. Lewis Hamilton, he finished 2nd here last year. He's dash 176 to finish on the podium on PointsBet. George Russell, he finished 4th here last year. He's dash 176 to finish in the top 6. I like both of the Mercedes drivers to finish in the top 6. You can parlay that for a plus 110 as well. So the reason I like this, last year the Mercedes car was garbage compared to what they're driving this year. Lewis Hamilton has been on fire. He's been hitting podiums, and he might just be able to crack the code this week and maybe stop Max Verstappen from tying that record. The odds of that happening are extremely low, but Lewis Hamilton is in a better car. The Mercedes are bringing in upgrades this week. I very much so like Mercedes to go out and make a statement this week and grab a pair of top 6 finishes. Lewis Hamilton to finish in the top 3, and then George Russell to finish in the top 6. Both of those numbers at dash 176. Those are your value bets for the Dutch Grand Prix. Now, to get in to win a pair of tickets to any NHL team or NBA team that you'd like to see next season, answer this question. Head over to sportstree.ca. Answer the question on the trivia page. If you get it right, you're in to win a pair of NHL or NBA tickets. And remember, if you upgrade your subscription, you upgrade your opportunities at winning. Who has won the most ever Dutch Grand Prix? Formula 1 Dutch Grand Prix. Who's won the most? I'll give you a clue. It's not Max Verstappen. This one's going to take a little bit of homework, folks. Head over to sportstree.ca, answer that question, and you're in to win. I'm Connor Roundtree. Cheers. You've made it to the weekend.
3, 2,